Yeah, so, this is a mess. It's not even that it's really a mess. I think the issue here is that I'm underutilizing the space, and I've always underutilized this space, and I really, really want to use it better. And if you have no idea what space I'm even in, welcome to my storage. It's across the hall from my apartment, and it's what makes living in my tiny, tiny little space over there possible, and keeps me at least somewhat sane. As you may be able to tell, this is also very small. It's not a very big space. However, for a storage space, it's sizable, and it is really, really tall. Like, it goes way up. There's a lot of space up there that we're not even using. It goes even taller than my apartment in this section in the back over here that has glass in it and you would wish was actually for daylight, but it is unfortunately not. So there's a little bit of a clutter here. Today we're gonna declutter it, and I thought it'd be kind of fun because there's stuff in here like some gifts from some subscribers, some old memorabilia, some junk. There's things that I've forgotten are even in here that are kind of cool and exciting. Others might be terrifying, so we'll see what we get ourselves into. Let me start by kind of explaining how things are currently set up. Food is on this level. There's a lot of booze in here. Some of it's not even actually viable anymore. I need to get rid of it. This kettle, I don't know why it's standing right there. It's my old kettle. Just kind of a hodgepodge of storage. The left-hand corner is like all boxes because I can just never bring myself to get rid of like any boxes for any tech that I own in case I ever want to sell it or need to move with it. But I need to start just getting rid of it because honestly, am I ever gonna pack anything into it again? Probably not. And most of my stuff I generally keep. Business paperwork, Cooper stuff, vacuum stuff. These wardrobes over here have always been here. My landlady has a few things in one of them, but I do use this one for my clothes. I've got some clothes, costumes, shoes, some stuff in there. Some organizational stuff down here for like cables and sticky stuff like tape, glue, that kind of stuff. We can maximize this. I have a dream for this space, a hope for this space, to make it into a little bit more of a storage slash workshop-y space. Put a thing for Cooper in here. I do a little bit of cooking in here, but it's not ideal for that either because nothing's the right height. Basically, I'm thinking like heavy storage below, stuff I actually use in the middle where it's easy to grab, and then I have like toilet paper and stuff up here, which I don't have a problem grabbing from up there, but like lighter storage up here. And if we could build some more shelving and so forth, that would be great. That's kind of the space as it is. Lots of boxes up there, some random stuff up here, some like that. I can definitely throw away this question mark box. I don't know, my sister gave me this light. We can make the space just look and feel a little bit nicer while also making it more usable. That basically gives you the rundown. So let's dive in. First things first, actually. Okay, now we can dive in. Today is just getting everything out of here that I can and reorganizing it with what I have available. So I think I'm gonna start by trying to throw away as much as I can and then group everything into like purpose, like dog stuff, equipment, food, business paperwork, whatever. If we can get it just kind of cleaned out, thinned out, and then grouped in that way, I think we're good. I think we should be fine too to use the hallway today. Normally my neighbors aren't here during the day, so hopefully we're not gonna be too annoying. We'll be fast. Let's go. Look at this. I have my old like HTC. I forgot that I even had Sprint. That's kind of cool. I wonder if it still works. One of the things that I really want to build on the other side is like an actual charging station. There were some bookshelves that were just sitting out waiting to be taken. I was like, oh, I could totally convert that. And then I didn't take it right away, and then I missed my chance. So my stairs will have to suffice for now. I think this is a micro USB. It might be dead. This even had like a little kickstand, so you could like set it up and watch movies or whatever on this tiny little screen. It stands on its own. How handy. Oh, see the light come on? Oh, there's a light. It's charging. I don't know what's on this thing, but if there are any photos, I mean, we'll see what happens if it comes back to life here. But anyways, this is taking forever, and I sort of need to speed things along. There's lots of fun stuff in here too from like subscribers and stuff. Like this is a challenge coin that Tim Brush sent me, which was really nice. And plenty of trash. Not even in frame, not even in frame. I don't know if you've ever lived in France, but they have a real penchant for excessive amounts of paperwork that don't mean anything, but someone at some point just might ask you for. Anyways, I've kept a lot of stuff. Hold on, let me show you. This bag is full of things, basically just bank statements, personal bank statements. You can just download them off the internet. but I guess I've never thrown these. I don't know, can I throw them away? We'll find out. I really am fighting the urge to start vacuuming immediately because this, actually I can't fight that urge any longer. Hold on. Despite the chaos, I'm usually a pretty clean person. I just tend to get lost in about the 18 million different things that I have to be doing at any given point and then just don't clean as much. A little bit of equipment in here. Like this is my first shotgun microphone that I put on my camera back in the day. Got the UK here, the US. This one's like a multi-adapter that you can kind of swap it out. What I really want to do is make like little grab bags or grab boxes for different countries and regions. So I'm going somewhere around the world. I could have like a subset of like all the different electrical plugs, bus passes, SIM cards, like just kind of anything you need, a little extra currency, whatever's lying around, like a little bit of a James Bondy, Jason Bourne situation going on, but better organized, not all in the same spot. And this, you may have noticed I had some clips from the memory tape in the confidence video that I made recently. This is my memory tape from middle school. It's because I've got a whole bunch of tapes. In here I've got like old Hi8 tapes. I think I've got a whole bunch of mini DV tapes somewhere. I'm gonna go through and figure out a way to capture all these and see what I can find from the old days. Lots of memories to dig into, including this. Whoa, look at this. So this is from my 1000th vlog. My 1000th vlog, I did like 10 things I learned from vlogging for 1,000 days. I asked my friends to be standing in the background with different creative numbers so that every point that I made, like the 4th thing I learned, whatever, there'd be somebody in the background with that number. And I don't know how many people actually noticed all of these, but they're all in there. Natasha had the most ambitious one. I think it was like an 8 made out of 2 donuts. There's the 1000 right there. All the spare numbers, just in case anybody missed one. It was really nice. It was a really touching thing that everybody did that. Some Into the Nanton stuff, back from my fantasy writing days. There's not a whole lot to look at here, I suppose, but maybe I'll put this on the wall here or something. This is I will not show you the address of who sent this. Actually, it may not even be listed on here. Why fan mail can be dangerous? Somebody sent me a very long manifesto about why I was going to hell because I played a video game that referenced magic and demons. This is, I believe, something in the range of 20 pages long. It's all like typed out. There's some handwritten notes. Living your life on the internet comes with some interesting perks. What else we got? An old Gustav t-shirt. There were some more old t-shirts in here, including Cooper's first hoodie, which is really cute. It's way too small for him now. It was almost too small for him when I got it, so that's adorable. My old avatar on YouTube that was turned into a sticker that was all over Paris. Speaking of Paris, my sister drew this, Notre Dame. Without the spire, that was an unfortunate prophecy. This shirt's really old. This is from Boomerang. If you've read my book, speaking of plugging my book, this is from a project that nearly ruined me, actually. It was a Bluetooth bracelet for kids that we made. And yeah, did not go well at all. It was part of the very early part of my vlog. And then you've got Gustav, and then the World Tour t-shirt that we made that was absolutely ridiculous. Again, early vlog stuff, lots of early vlog stuff that I definitely want to keep just for the heck of it. At least for now. Maybe we'll do a giveaway at some point. Should we give them away? Would you like one of these old t-shirts? Maybe we can do something with them. It's a really fun one. This is I don't know if it's my first motorcycle helmet. Old though, it needs to get thrown away. Like the outer shell, you can see, oh, it's gross. You can actually see like whatever the finish was on this is like just melted and it's turned into this gross, sticky, yeah, this thing needs to be thrown away. The lining is even molding a little bit. That's too bad. I had this for all my motorcycles when I was in West and Central Africa. I think I got it when I was in the Northwest in the US, but yeah, good memories. No accidents where it got cracked. Lots of accidents, but the helmet was always fine. That's a lot of dust. Anyways, it's time to retire this guy, but we had a good run. I've had this for probably a decade at least. Don't entrust your head to a helmet that's that old and sticky and gross, but it is kind of sad to let it go. I really need to wash my hands now after that though, it's disgusting. Like, where did that come from? Oh, expired sauces on the ground. Oh, the trash isn't even here. Of course not. I forgot that this was in here. Also in my vlog back in the day, I did some voice acting for this series Cat and Mouse, teaching French kids how to speak English, and I was Cat, the replacement. It's a long-running series and they needed someone who could do his voice. It's very obnoxious. But in this one I also did the voice of the captain, this guy, which was a lot of fun. Yar. Now thankfully I have this step stool to get up here to see what's going on in the realm of, I saved these for sound paneling, and I never used them. There's some good stuff up here, like my Code de la Route 2020 when I first thought I would start to get my French driver's license and did not. The new drone that I got, which I love and I want to fly all the time. The travel monitor that I've hardly used, but I love the concept of. Partially in the book, I think, in Sea of the Unknown, but when I went to the ship, I thought I was gonna have a lot of extra time. I didn't realize they were gonna work me to death. I was like, oh, I'm a volunteer. There'll be a little bit of space and time for things like music. There weren't. If you didn't know that I played the piano, it's because I don't, but I wanted to learn how to play and I really wanted to learn how to produce music. So I also have, you might notice, an Akai APC 40, which if you are in music production, you would know is for Ableton Live. And if none of that made sense to you, don't worry. I basically just wanted to be a cool music producer, DJ guy. So what did I end up using this for? This insanely over the top yet awesome controller? Well, I used it for DJing dance parties and that was literally it. You know, but I kept all this stuff because I do still want to do music, but I think we'll probably I don't know, just sell it off for something for now. Like someday I would really like to learn how to play piano. I don't know how, but I would like to learn. This is my old DJI Spark, the drone that I flew into a bridge in Carcassonne. These lights are from the old office, and that old office was doomed. But I kept the lights anyways, you know. I don't use them, but I have them. But this side, this is the side that's gonna get very interesting. If you're enjoying this, please do subscribe. That's what I was doing, I forgot about that. Badger the dog, if you don't remember Badger the pug, the blind deaf pug that I was taking care of. Back in the day, that's pretty funny. This is the base for the soaking station. It's a piece of Jay's history, if not scientific history, at least it's a piece of my history. Funny, like I have a whole bunch of ibuprofen because when you're in the States, you want to buy like American-sized bulk ibuprofen because you can't get it in bulk here, and very handy. And then I think my dad brought me this. So I'm set for ibuprofen for a while, as well as deodorant, which thanks again to viewers for bringing that or sending it, because French deodorant doesn't cut it for me. Recycling mania. Sea of the Unknown. This is my copy, which I think traditionally when I publish a book, I get everyone who worked on it to sign my copy. And I don't know if I did that for this one. But then this is another one, another throwback to the science fiction fantasy writing. We kickstarted this a while back. And for those of you who got it, I hope you enjoyed it. Nobody else can get it for the time being, maybe ever again, we'll see. Cooper's first sweater, which is really cute and also too small for him. This is my grandpa's commemorative belt. My grandpa was a fire chief in Okanagan County, or at least in Okanagan. I don't know if it was for the county, but he was in Okanagan in Washington State for a long time in the volunteer fire department. And one of his life goals was to help create a museum for the fire department. And so there's a museum up there that he had a hand in making, and they made this commemorative belt, well, it's the belt buckle. I don't know if they made the belt, but I kept it. I got it when he passed, and it is too big for me now, just a little bit, but it looks pretty cowboy. It's cool, so I'll definitely keep that. I think that's most of the memories. My old computer is back here. It's totally fried now. And then, oh yeah, gold bottle. What's my last goal for the, oh yeah. Speaking of science fiction and fantasy, this is a sci-fi gold bottle. For those of you that don't know, for New Year's every year, I write my goals on champagne bottles. And that way when I pass the goal that year, I pop them. I popped a lot of bottles this year. This one's not gonna get popped. I have not made the time to write. I'm working on developing some time and some space to get back to my writing. I'd like to, but in the meantime, oh, it's kind of dusty. I'm also dusting as I go, so. But I also found, among more stuff that I'm finding right now, including a very old Patreon thank you for the guy who illustrated Into the Night, to Nimit Malavia. If you ever see this, Nimit, still love you. I'll use some stickers. Oh, oh. So the thing I just dropped were more disposable cameras. I feel like we should get back into these over on Patreon as well. There's a lot of stuff. I'm also gonna reinstitute the food polls because I have to get back on top of my citizenship bid. And one of the things I need to do before I become a French citizen clearly is all French food, like literally everything I can think of. So I'm gonna make the ultimate list and I'm gonna let you vote over on Patreon what I should eat on camera that week. I'm gonna try them all. we'll see how it goes. You can influence the order in which I do them. I'm still gonna try to eat them all. And then maybe we'll get back to disposable cameras here soon. I'm kind of embarrassed about the sheer volume of like completely outdated things that are up here. That's why I gotta like clean house once in a while. My sister used to have a pin company back in the day. Little Brap Racer. That's her Rose. Her Bowie pin was my favorite. I had it on my jacket. It got ripped off. Old hard drives. All right. I mean, there's definitely a long ways to go. The full organization part has yet to happen, but I feel much better with it. You know, pulled apart and all the stuff thrown away. There was a lot of stuff to throw away. Yeah, and I'm kind of cheating a little bit. There's a pile of stuff over here, but this is the stuff to like sell, give away, and then a whole bunch of paperwork that needs to be properly organized. Because I just need to grow up and have, you know, a system for superfluous paperwork. Okay, I didn't forget this. This guy should have charged by now. I just have to figure out what button actually. HTC Evo 4G. What is this? Is it like a stylus or something? Oh. Well, that was fun, if incredibly slow. It has a whopping 8.0 megapixels, it looks like. Wow. We're a minute and a half in. I don't know if this is gonna happen. Oh, did it move? Pretty sure this is 2.5 hours later. Oh, here we go, 3:34. That is definitely not the time. On Wednesday, January 9th, 1980. Okay, screen locked. Okay, slow down. Uh-oh. I don't know what the code is. Oh gosh, this is a problem. We're so close, forgot the pattern. Oh no. Okay, hold on. Oh, but it doesn't have what account, what information is it gonna have? Oh boy. And also, hey, I'm in your ropes course. Hey, what is this? Can I at least sign into Wi-Fi so that I can try this? Oh boy. Well. Nope, I might have to revisit this later, sorry.